generally every person I've read about in history has aspects of them that end up being like, wow, I can't believe they did good things.
What do you mean?
The first one I ever remember reading about was Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon's supposed to be this like guy who took over France and started going around the whole country and the whole continent and taking over the whole continent, fucking everybody up, and he was this great, right? He also created like the first bank for them that would be like a standardized banking system and monetary system. He created a lot of the laws and codes, the educational system, like legal aspects to make sure that there was law and order. Right. And he was really actually a lot of things he did around society. Huh. And like the Louvre and the famous...
I know that.
The famous, like all the shit, because why? Because they have all the famous artworks and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Where do you think they got all that shit? Where do you think? Yeah, dude, he went and stole all that shit on his fucking rampages, came back, put it in his own shit, and they're like, the Louvre! The Louvre! How did it get here? Don't worry about that. Nah.
But we look at it and we look at all of the bad things that...
But we see this like guy who killed and blah, blah.
Pillage,
this is one of...
things.
I would say that people have kind of started to turn on that idea a little bit more with Napoleon, and I'm trying to give a light one because it's hard to just be like, let's say what Hitler did that was good. All right, let's talk about what's his face. The king, the Medellin guy. That was the drug cocaine lord. Pablo Escobar.
Right, that guy is what I said.
Pablo Escobar was worth billions of dollars, murdered unbelievable amounts of people. We know that himself. Yep. Like we know that this happened. Yeah, he also gave millions upon millions to the community, helped build homes, helped build different places for people to live. The community loved him. Really? He could go hide in some of these communities because they were like, dude, he pays for our lives. We'll kill you if you right in here. We'll kill you, dude. So like he did do a lot for the community in some isolated sense. Yeah. And so that's a problem. Like the moment you tiptoe down this road, dude, people are like, oh, so you like evil shit. Dangerous hell. Oh, so you think Hitler's great? And I'm like, what? Just because he like reformed the educational system of some kind or did something over here doesn't mean I think he's great at all.
Yeah,
it's almost like it just randomly occurred in his wake of chaos. Like he accidentally was good in there.
I mean, take the American presidents, for instance, not a single one of them have only done good. Maybe. I can't say not a single one.
Maybe George Washington.
Most of them don't just do good. They have like a whole like...
They're all sketch. In post-1900, it's like sketch.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, it just...
Explosion of sketchbooks.
Yes, dude, yeah. It's a little flip book, where they just like get sketchier, That was good. No, I like that. So yeah, I would say that there are a small subset of little things that I know that Hitler, I have to go back and relook at exactly what they were. I just remember reading like he did do some early things when he was structuring and trying to get Germany out of where they were. There was so much poverty. It was the Great Depression on a level we can't understand. We think it was bad over here. They had people with wheelbarrows of money to buy a loaf of bread.
What?
Because it gets into the economics of it. Ultimately, after World War I, everybody blamed Germany for the problems and then said, you're just going to have to pay all this money. And then they couldn't pay the money because it was and they were like, and you can't do any trading business. Like, you pretty much were like, you can't do anything and you got to pay us back. And they just crumbled into nothing. And this is what then was the birth of Hitler. We are now pissed. Our lives suck. Everybody is in misery. And this man's like, yo, I'm going to get y'all the fuck out of this. And guess what? He started to do it.
And they're like,
never
follow you. Let's
keep going, dude. Yeah, let's do it, man.
How did Hitler come about in the first place? How did they start following him?
A coup.
Did he have money?
First off, he was in World War I. He got arrested and thrown in jail for trying to overthrow the government or some coup shit was going on when he was in politics. And that's when in jail he wrote the famous Mein Kampf book, which is highly illegal to own in most every country. You cannot have that book.
Are there good pieces of information in there, or is it just straight trash?
I have it. I've never read it.
Don't say that. What?
I have not ever read it.
Yes, exactly. What he
have had it. Never had it.
Never will he ever have it.
It's called My Struggle, and it goes into a lot of philosophical aspects, but there's a lot of aspects of his hatred for Jews and anti-Semitic ideas. Now, I've wanted to only read it for his for understanding the idea of the Aryan race. I have a fascination with what's going on there, and I'm willing to go read The Darkness of Life to understand what's going on.
Because it doesn't turn you into Hitler.
Nah, dude, that's not going to affect me, man. I don't give a shit.
Book of the Dead. It's not going to...
I am now evil,
Just because you read something that's not necessarily wholeheartedly good,
don't you know how that should work?
You're going to turn into an evil bastard and start pillaging the world. Yo, Chazz might, though. Watch this one.
I may, dude. I go down some dark road. I'm willing to go down pretty much any road. I mean, pretty much children in my line. I'm not that shit's weird.
If I don't
fucked
have
up,
to
but
visually
other than that,
see it, in I'll go down it. If I can just talk about it, I'll go down it. I don't want to be seeing.
There are
certain things I don't want to.
I like to see the crime scene photos of murders.
If it's like a photo, I'm talking about scary movies and shit. They just get in my head and they're like,
that's fair.
Haunt my dreams.
Okay, I don't really care about that so much more than if it's real. If it's real, I want to see it.
Yeah.
But where I'm getting in the deeper ideas of like light and observation are not proof. It's all a perception. And you've even said it today. Like, it's all about the way you perceive it and perceptions and alignment.
Yeah.
And so like, it's all kind of changing and shifting on that side. But like, ultimately in the end, I would like to see and I would like to experience and understand the realities of life. Not the fake movies of Hollywood.
Yeah.
But I would like to go look at Charles Manson and then, he killed these people and there's crime scene photos. I would like, he didn't even kill anybody. That's another story. His disciples killed people. And then at that point, they had photos of this that were on the internet. I would like to go see those photos to see look, it's one thing to have people tell you what it looked like.
Right.
And then it's another thing to actually see it. Because one, I don't trust anybody. And number two, I have to correlate both together to get the whole picture.
Yeah.
So
no.
I'm willing to go into Mein Kampf if I need to. That day will come. And I want to see more about that. I don't know really more of what it's about other than the fact that I know he wrote it in jail and I know that he had anti-Semitic ideologies in it and that you are no longer allowed to have it. Now, I don't know if it's illegal in our country, but Germany, for sure. For sure. Yeah, you cannot have it.
It would be hilarious if it's not illegal to have it here. Huh.
I don't know, man. Look, you tell me a book's illegal, I want it. That's like immediately I'm like, well, now I got to go read that book.
Yeah,
Why would you?
Yeah.
You should have told me about the book.
Don't tell me it's illegal.
Matter of fact, just tell me and say that you have it on the shelf over there, and I'll never read it. It could be right behind me. The moment you say I can't read it, I will go scour the earth to find it.
The ends of the earth and fall off if I have to.
When you could have just hid it right behind me in plain sight by telling me there's nothing in it.
Yeah.
But you can go read it freely. Sure, dude.
Mm-hmm.
We don't care.
Yeah.
Sad,
all right,
dude.
Let's talk about the beginning. How did
the Hitler of modern time come?
Yeah. Like we kind of brushed over it a little bit.
Yeah, that was kind of where he came from. When he got out of jail, he then got a part of the Nazi Soviet. It's like a socialist party that was like a nationalist socialist party, and they were trying to kind of, nationalist parties are really like we're more for centralized government and creating more laws and like we're going to be the guys that are going to come in and help you. That's like nationalism almost at a governmental run level. So they were a socialism too, and they were nationalist socialists. And so they were kind of this idea that we're for Germany, and we also want, but like socialism, like we're run by the people. But really, the only way that works is if we force you to be run by the people.
Yeah, that's like saying America is run by the people.
It breaks down. I'm telling you, you dive deeper into that idea, and it just breaks down. Anyways, we'll go over that later. He then gets in there. He gets to some level. I don't know if he became president or it was a coup at that point to then become president, and they kicked everybody else out. This is also how the Bolsheviks did it. This is like how the Soviet Union was started, was by a coup, and just like, let's kill everybody else that's against us, and now we're the only ones left. And so now we're like the winners by default because of just murdering everybody. Like that's kind of what ended up taking place for both the USSR and Nazis. Is a way that I have come to interpret it through my understanding. It's like some weird shit went on. Everybody seemed to just die around them, and then suddenly they're all like the kingpins. Mm-hmm. And so then he just started promising like, we're going to become and restore Germany. And we're going to be what Germany used to be.
Yeah, restore it.
Germany technically was the Holy Roman Empire. Because that's not the Roman Empire. They were the Holy Roman Empire, which split off and became like Germanic in Germany. And dude, it's a really weird trace, and I've never really traced it fully, but like Germany and even their insignias all come kind of based down from the Holy Roman Empire kind of shit from what I understand. And so, like, he wanted to restore their strength and power. They were the ones blamed for World War I. That means that they were the most powerful trying to fight at a global scale that lost.
Why were they blamed for it? Like, why did they start it?
I don't even know, because they didn't start it.
But they were blamed for it?
I think Germany just, like, came in afterwards and was like, let's go fuck some shit up because we fucking awesome. And
I can see that, yeah.
And then America came in. I mean, that's really what happened, is like, twice in a row, Germany went in there and started fucking everybody up. And then everybody was like, America, come help us. And then America came in and then ended it. Just, we're done here. And that's really why we became a powerhouse, because we did it in World War I. And then they tried to do it in World War II. And we just, not only did we do it, We did it on two fronts against two of the largest armies that's ever existed. And we did it at the same time, and we just fucked both of them up. And then we dropped a fucking giant nuke on them and was like, not only do we fuck you up, but look at what we also have.
Fucking America, dog. Like, what?
In some sense, we are badasses. In that sense of the word.
But
we are fucking badass.
Think about it. Perspective. To other countries and people that died that day, we are very bad.
Yeah,
we were terrible. We are a Hitler to them. You know, like, again, everything is perspective.
Yeah.
And that's why I can't get behind the idea of a good and bad existing, because it's all about perspective on what you think is good and what you think is bad.
This is true, man. And like, you ask those Japanese, they would have been like, no, this is for the good of the Japanese people, and you are horrible for coming in here. And
that's how we felt.
Yeah, and there's a lot of Afghanistan and Osama bin Laden and the rise of Al-Qaeda, and a lot of that comes from the fact that we don't stop fucking with the players over there. The CIA and our military just won't stop. And they just keep meddling their fucking politics and then causing all these problems. And then who do they blame in the end? America, because we came in and disrupted all of it. And then just like, we'll pay you for a little while. Now we want to kill you. Now we want that person in. We just pick and choose shit, dude. We'll put people into power from a coup, and then we'll have to redo it all over again on that person, realizing we don't like you anymore. Let's re-coup this man, you know? Like, we have really done a really bad job of that. So on the other end, you are right. On our end, when Germany does try to go AWOL, and you need someone to step up because everybody else got kicked out of Europe, and they don't have Europe anymore. They literally just don't have it. They consumed Europe, dude.
Germany did?
D-Day was us landing on the shores because they owned the continent.
Whoa.
And all we had left was fucking England. England were just inside shelters underneath the fucking ground all day, every day, while they were getting bombed to death, holding on tight for America to get the fuck in and help them. They were at literally wit's end of about like, we're almost dead, guys. This is pretty much the end. You know, like, everybody thought they were going to fucking surrender. Even Hitler was like, how long is this going to go on for? We are fucking ruining you guys. Oh my God. And I think Hitler actually ran out of bombs and like had to stop, dude.
Like, well,
yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
So, come on.
Relentless people, dude. And that's a lot of what went on.
Did we take our time getting over there for a certain reason, or did we just not get the call in time? Like, why did it take us so long to get there?
One is we were very isolationist at the time, and we were trying to stay out of it. The people didn't want to get involved with it. We didn't. And it was only once Pearl Harbor happened.
We were like, oh.
So keep in mind, 39, the war formally starts in 39.
Okay.
41, we get Pearl Harbor. So the war been going on for 2 years by now.
We were staying out of it.
We didn't touch any. Well, we're behind the scenes giving supplies to some side.
Is that why we got Pearl Harbored?
The reason why we got Pearl Harbored is because we put an embargo on oil to Japan and no longer would give them oil and no longer allow the trade routes of oil to get to them. And they're oil externally dependent, which means that you need to buy oil to have it. So if you cut off that lifeline, all your aircraft carriers, all your planes, all your shit, gone.
So they're like, we're going to use the last of it. And
turn around.
Your ass out. Let's go.
Hit us. And that's a conspiracy, by the way, in itself, because we found evidence of the military was trying to figure out how to perfectly hit Pearl Harbor, and they made this plan that perfectly matches what went down. We had 10 years earlier come up to the same conclusion on if you did it on a Sunday morning while everybody's like sleeping at church, and you did this time, and when this thing was going on, and you came at this angle, and you started your... matched.
We came up with it 10 years earlier?
They had stolen it from us, most likely. They stole the plans, and then they were like, oh shit, these guys had already figured it out.
They'll never see it coming.
Booyah.
They came up with it.
Yeah, and there's links to how it got out and shit. Yeah. That's a cool story. Whoa. That's a really cool story. But only once that happened, funny story about that one is the moment it happened, Germany declared war on us too. They had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with Germany.
Let's go. But they just wanted to fucking fuck some more people.
Dude, Japan come over and they were like, yeah, we want to kill you too.
Those bastards just wanted to run for the money.
They had already taken over the whole continent. They had kicked France out. France built this giant Maginot Line, this war barrier between them and Germany to keep Germany out. God. And Germany just went around them, fucking wiped them all out in like a month. The whole place was gone. They own the whole continent. Next thing you know, they're fucking Swiss is their bank. Switzerland's their bank. And Italy is their partner. And they're in cahoots with Russia. And Russia said that when we want to attack, you want to attack. And so they just owned it, dude. They just owned the continent, man. It was wild to like read about this idea that they really then they set up fortified along the coastline, and we had no way to get in. We couldn't even fly over without just being fucking murdered. So we were down in Africa trying to come up from Italy and below in Africa in the Mediterranean because we were trying to find routes to get in, dude. Because you couldn't get into Russia. You can't get into the top. They had it, and it was like the polars.
Yeah.
And probably like, who knows what's going on up there with the Aryan race. And then this whole wall that they had built, this giant wall. And so, dude, Hitler did work. They called it the Blitzkrieg. And it was like a revolutionary way of fighting the war. And that's where Blitzkrieg comes from. Yes.
The Blitzkrieg pop song? Is that what that is?
I swear to God, that's where it comes from. Yeah. It's called like Thunder something. And it's this idea that you literally show up to a city and it's like, okay, let's just 100% fucking go at it. And they just like line up and it's just like from the ground, they're just going and bombing. And then planes are just fucking flying and and they said it's pretty much we come in as fast as we can and we bomb as hard as we can. And we just fucking go as hard as we can. And we call it the Blitzkrieg. And that's really where the term comes from.
Oh my
God.
God.
They revolutionized shit and no one could stop it. And they just owned everybody.
War is absolutely absurd.
Yeah, dude. It's fascinatingly absurd.
Yeah. I can't wrap my feeble mind around the concept of war and sending all these people to die for their country. But like, I get it. What you have, someone else wants, so you have to be able to protect it. It has been that way for a very long time. But man, aren't we tired of fighting and like taking and taking and taking? Why don't we just
well, and that's a lot of after that happened, everything shifted, dude. And there's a part of me that says,
is that what is the war to end all wars, or is that the first one? That may have been the first one.
Well, it's all Einstein said, I don't know what World War III will be fought with. I just know World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. Because the next World War will end it all. Because we'll have fucking nuclear bombs and shit. People are going to be thrown around.
But guess who won't let us use them?
Well, that's, you know what? It's one of those things where it's like, we had it. No one's ever used it. And we became this big dog on campus on planet Earth. And we've just kind of been playing Team America now. World police. And everybody just kind of, and there's a part of me that's like, is that the worst thing? We had a lot of world wars. We had a lot of war going on for like hundreds of years, like 200 years, just like fucking war. And now it's like, yeah, we have war, but it's way minor level compared, dude. It really is.
So is it because we reached apex where we realized that we could literally disintegrate anyone at any point? And like, I'm pretty sure that goes for anyone in the world. So you're like, oh wait, no, we can't actually have wars anymore because we're not allowed to. Yeah. So there's a fringe theory about why we can't use the atomic bombs. Beings that have lived here for thousands and thousands of years, the Nordics, the Greys, or whatever you want to call them, the beings,
the reptiles,
the beings that have been here will not let us use these atomic bombs. They found out that we were dabbling. They came, they conquered, and they said, leave that shit alone.
I kind of believe that they were like, look, we'll give you some cool shit. Y'all just promise to not do that. And then I also would say they knew everybody was trying to do it.
Everybody.
So now we got a problem on our hands. So how about we make this country the top dog with the biggest stick?
Well, dude, especially if the Greys are from the future and they came back to make us not do something like destroy ourselves. If we had an atomic war, there would be remnants of humans that live, that survive. And guess what? They would have to survive through all of this Earth recuperating itself. And they would turn into possibly these gray aliens that look not human-like, but also look human-like. Or they would turn into something, and they would have to live thousands of years later, a couple thousand years later. The Earth is finally better, you know? They find time travel. They come back and they're like, what if we stopped that from happening?
There's a part of me that subscribes to the theory that, well, first off, we know that there is evidence on Mars that of a chemical all over Mars that we only find on Earth when we man-made nuclear bomb it. And it's all over Mars. And the theory is like either Mars was bombed and that's why it is the way it is, or it was the moon of the planet that did get nuked and ended that planet. And that's why they come here, they see us fucking around with it, and they're like, nah, dude, we're not doing this again.
We saw what happened on the other one.
Don't you see the asteroid belt? Guys, get your shit together. Yeah. Is that what you want to be? Just an asteroid belt? Stop bombing.
It sounds like some of these elites do. I don't think they understand they live here too. Like, you live on this planet. What are you thinking getting these atomic bombs ready to drop?
What if you could teleport away?
What if you could teleport away?
How much does this world mean to you anymore?
Not much, but wouldn't they be gone by now if they could do that?
You exploit it?
I mean, if you have an underground base and you're like, it doesn't really matter. We could drop it and we'd survive.
No, you wouldn't. Not if it was big enough. Not if enough of them went off.
Depends on how deep underground you go.
You could earn in all Earth. You could just blow
like
the
just
whole
crack that bitch open.
dude. Yeah, that's
egg.
the asteroid belt is a bunch of rocks from a planet, and that's what we would then become. Is
They would live
just
on one of the
a
pebbles.
belt of rocks with a perfectly shaped moon that has rusted away and died.
Yeah. These elite beings on this planet need to calm the down.
Yeah, dude.
Like, let us live in peace, at least some kind of form of it.
Well, and Hitler kind of drove us there because Hitler's drive to want to find a nuclear bomb or a missile that would end all, or kind of this mega. Dude, some of the weapons they came up with. We went over there afterwards and looked around their shit and we're like, you guys are insane. You guys are insane. Like,
scientists, come with us.
Yeah.
Come with us.
Wait a minute. Never mind. You guys now.
We got something for you.
Yeah, because the guy who started NASA.
Yeah. Nazi.
German? Yeah, he was a Nazi. He was the one that was making the rockets that they were dropping into England. Oppenheimer, the guy who created the nuclear bomb for us, Nazi. He escaped out of there and we snuck his ass out and got him. You know, and like a lot of now, granted, I actually don't necessarily blame a lot of them. If you're in their position at the time and you know everybody around you is being murdered, unless you just go with it,
yeah,
I'm probably gonna go with it. And you're like, you would murder other people? I'm like, they're gonna murder me and then murder them anyways.
Yeah, I'm just
maybe
at that point. Like,
maybe I can stay in the game long enough to help end it sooner.
Yeah, you don't know your choice until you're in that situation.
Dude, you really don't.
You just don't. You can say all you want sitting behind a computer saying, I would never do that, blah, blah, blah. Wait until you get in that position. Then you try to tell yourself that. Good luck.
This thought went so deep that I read a book. It was a compilation of all the accounts of the Nazi soldiers that I thought to myself one time for a while, how could you convince all of these soldiers to go around on the night of broken glass and just murder innocent families in their homes, drag them out and murder them on the streets just because they're Jewish? That's it. No other reason. It doesn't mean anything. Just grab them, kill them, and murder all of them, dude.
Right. How do you convince all these people to do this?
Yo, and you listen to the commanders in the way that they recount a lot of it and what was going on in the heads. Some of them literally were telling their men, I'm going to tell you this, and I want you to know that if you don't do it, I will never say a word. And this is totally on you, whether you want to just pretend you're doing it or not. But I need you to go into these homes. I need you to find all the men, women, and children, and I need you to murder them.
Are you saying they had a choice?
Some did, and some of them didn't do it. And some people pretended and didn't actually kill anybody. And there were people who were like, we knew this was wrong, but we knew that if we didn't pretend or didn't try to do something, they would just murder us. And so there were only certain select people. And other ones were like, we're either brainwashed into believing that the Jews were the problem, and we are here to try to stop what's going on. There's an invasion of some sort. You know, it's like, oh God, we got to stop this problem. The Jews are the bad people, and they're controlling everybody, and things like that. And then there are people who are just like, I'm scared. I don't know what to do. If I don't do this, they'll kill me.
Yeah.
I have to do this.
You're caught between a rock and a hard place.
Correct. Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
And they even started calling people in Germany. They called it like the Great Call or something like that, the German Call or something. And everybody from all countries that were German born needed to come back and join the army. So everybody that was German born in America was called to come back. And a lot of them left and went back and joined the army. And they were just like American people, you know, like had been in America. They're like whole lives. They were born or German national, like citizens originally. And it's like, yeah, dude, some weird shit, man.
Bro.
We could go down like these roads of how it all started and led there, but like really the war began with the venturing into the Rhineland. They were the Rhineland was part of Poland that was given back to Poland after World War I, and that was a big sign of like, we're gonna walk in there with our fucking army and we're gonna take it back and do something about it. And you know what? They did it. Didn't shoot a person, didn't shoot even like a bullet. Just walked in there. Poland was like, it's yours. And England was like, don't do anything more. That's it, right? We're done here. That's it, dude. You weren't supposed to do that, you fucking assholes. And you have an army, and you're not supposed to have an army. We told you not to have an army. Now you got a big army. And now you're like taking over land. We told you not to do any of that. Stop. But we'll let it go. Bad boy.
S-T-O-P.
And then Hitler said, oh, I'm about to fuck all you guys up. And then just, dude, he went in like 1930 something, 1931, 1932. By 1936, they were already a war machine. By 1939, they were invading and murdering.
Chazz, I want to talk fringe conspiracy about Hitler. It is about time we dive deep.
What do you know about
secretive.
Hitler? Hold on. Let's stop for a second. What are the fringe and shit you know about Hitler? What is your mental conception of Hitler and what you see?
His mustache could
Famous,
control
dude. Famous.
minds.
Yo, it was like a frequency whistle.
It was like the best.
They're like, ah.
That's why they could get anyone to do whatever he wanted.
Yeah, dude. You take a bunch of meth and just stay up all day.
No, that is literally not anything I've ever heard before. I actually don't know any fringe conspiracies about Hitler. I actually thought he was just a bad guy that wanted to kill a bunch of Jews for no reason. Like I don't know.
So everything I just said, you really didn't know generally much any of that.
I actually don't know a lot about our history, like the wars.
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff.
totally fair. That's totally fair.
I don't
And
know.
I actually love that.
Right. It means I get to ask these
love that.
unbiased questions or
Yes.
unprovoked questions that are just like come to my head.
Yes.
And if I ask that in school with teachers, they'd be like, I don't know, or you can't ask that question. Like,
We're not going over that today. We have like 45 minutes.
Exactly. We're not going over that today.
Yeah, that's another thing.
And you'll never ask it again.
Yeah, they know this too. They're like, remember that shit tomorrow, bitch.
Yeah.
And I'll just tell you that lesson's not for this either.
Mhm. Yep. Just continue on. So I'm very thankful that I didn't get the indoctrination that a lot of these other people got.
You're getting like the indoctrination along with my personal time of studying it combined into what I believe is the truth.
Right.
Because remember, I don't know everything. I'm sure things are mistaken or misunderstood or wrong but like I'm putting all of these pieces together and like, here's what we generally know when you look at this picture.
Yeah. And I do take things, at face value with a grain of salt. I definitely try to make my own thoughts and assumptions on things that you say. And if something resonates and feels right, I'll take it and I'll think about it even more and let it resonate.
You're so fortunate to not be indoctrinated.
I agree.
That's a real thing, dude.
I've always wondered why I didn't go to school, like why I didn't get the opportunity to go to high school or have a prom or go to college, and like
you weren't supposed to be.
I wasn't supposed to.
It keeps you in the bubble.
Yeah,
just stay in the bubble. Do what the bubble wants. Bubble, bubble, bubble.
It was my mom's idea to let me drop out in the 7th grade and get my GED.
God, 7th grade.
7th grade, and I did 2 years of homeschool. I got 8th and 9th done in 1 year, and then the next year.
Wait, you took your GED by 16 years old?
Yeah.
See, and that's like funny to me.
I passed the first time.
Yeah, dude, I was about to say, people would be like, he's a moron. I'm like,
not so much.
I probably would have passed that fucking test, even my senior year, dude. I barely fucking passed high school at all, And like, you tell me to take a test, and I'm like, they all sound the same, dude. I don't know.
No, I would have flunked high school. I know I would have.
I almost did.
I am not good at tests. I'm not good at learning that structure of learning. But I am very smart because I've taught myself all of these things.
No, you're not a dumb person, man.
No,
you're just not formally educated.
I got to learn what I want to learn and not what they're forcing me to learn. And now I get to learn history, science, and like all these other things that
I get to open you
to learn that way anyways.
Dude.
I want to learn this way. Let's go.
This calendar has 432 pages. Just want to say that real quickly.
What is it?
I just looked down and I saw 432 and I thought, what?
I love it when you notice the synchronicities.
Yeah, like how is 432 written right there?
Watch 432 become your number that you see often. I never see it. That's not a number I ever
see 432 everywhere.
And I see 369.
That's
everywhere. Chazz. So you do see 432.
Now I do.
I don't see it at all.
The more I think about it, the more I'm like, yeah, dude, 432. Oh my God, dude. Planck's constant.
E equals 432?
Is 10 to the negative 34. 432, and then Planck's frequency is positive 43. 432.
Chazz, you're off your rocker. We're talking Hitler.
May have had a little epiphany there on some roads I got to go down tonight when I get home.
We've got some fresh episodes coming up.
Yeah,
that you are going to really enjoy.
It'll just be called 432.
Yeah, quite literally. We've been going down these roads of discovering quite literally the secrets of multiple universes, and Chazz is on the verge of.
It's harmonic to the universe because it's harmonic to the speed of light, which means it's harmonic to the all traveling waves of energy.
Yeah.
So it's just harmony. Damn it, get back on the topic.
Chazz, also, I do want to reach out and ask the people that are listening, watching, doing whatever they're doing to come hang out with us more often.
Oh, yeah.
Follow along.
Yeah, for sure.
Rate our podcast. Yeah. Come follow along on TikTok, Rumble,
yeah.
YouTube. We got links everywhere.
We do.